SQUIBS. SQUIBS. God damn. Ed 209 shooting up that guy with SQUIBS. Just today that'll be done with CGI, and it's just nowhere near satisfying. There's nothing more real than real. And that is real. So, RoBoCop. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I watched it and I'm just like, I recognize it out of, like, the peripheral sense that it's very popular. I thought it was very popular because it was cheesy and bad. It was actually quite good. I was trying to think if I saw it as a kid, and I don't think I have. So I wasn't sure. So sat down, watched it, I realized, one, really good story. It is done in the same vein as Starship Troopers. It is ironically patriotic. It has all these corporate things, it has police, and it is ironically praising it in its own just satirical way that's very funny. But you got the corporate assholes who are competing with one another. You got a guy literally named Dick. His name is Dick Jones. Greatest name. They create a product out of a human being because that's how they look at people. The cops are ridiculous. The criminals are ridiculous. Everything is just turned up to the 10th degree. It's Detroit. These criminals are so goofy too. And RoBoCop himself is both dumb and cool looking at the same time. His one-liners are great and stupid. Boddicker is a fantastic villain. Is that Red from that 70s show? He's a great villain. He really is. Like, he's just a cold-hearted psychopath. He has a great little gang of personality-filled henchmen. Like, most henchmen in movies, I mean, they're all the same guy. These people have their own unique, style and flair to how they speak and how they act. But this movie had a great story. It was done well, and just the action is just so real. I love, one, Ed 209 being a practical, like, stop-motion, toy robot thing. Very cool. Practical effects. God, I wish I'm born in the wrong time. I would have loved to have been born like in the 60s and got to see all those films in the 70s and the 80s. Going pay a ticket. I would have loved to see this on the big screen back in that day and just to see what it's like. See what the marketing, see the culture of American film history back then. Born in the wrong time. Because you see the RoBoCop remake that came out, 2014? And I'm like, that's what we get today. Just CGI, corporate content. Like, it's made by the people, the OCM or whatever the hell the corporation is by that. That's what it feels like. It just doesn't feel like a real film. And this feels like a real, like, heartfelt, blockbuster, corny, ironic, but also great at the same time movie. The violence is wonderful, and it's violent. It's a fucking violent movie. A lot of crazy violence. The spike, I was like, oh my god. The radioactive man was hysterical. I'm like, this is the pinnacle of fucking practical effects. If I was watching this and I was making visual effects, if I was one of those people in Face Off, I would love this movie. So, yeah. Hey, great stuff. Loved it. I know there's a RoBoCop 2 and a 3 and a TV show. A lot of RoBoCop stuff. Will I watch that? Don't know. But I had a blast with this movie. A lot of funny stuff. That guy fell out the window and then he had the arms like Freddy Krueger. What do you think of RoBoCop? Have you ever seen it? If so, are the sequels worth it? Let me know.